You bought the coach, you bought the lot. And in 12 months, even if you did everything right, you're going to be out roughly $40,000 in costs nobody warned you about. I'm ranking the 7 biggest hidden costs of first-year motor coach ownership, counted from the smallest surprise down to the one that genuinely catches owners off guard. Real numbers, verified sources, the kind of breakdown your dealer is not going to volunteer. We'll start with the smallest, just registration fees and titling costs, and end with the single biggest hit, which has nothing to do with what you paid for the coach and everything to do with what happens the moment you drive it off the lot. Starting at number 7, registration and titling. If you're new to Florida, and a lot of first-year motor coach owners are, because Florida has no state income tax, and that snowbird math gets compelling fast, you're hit with a $225 initial registration fee the moment you title your coach in Florida for the first time. On top of that, you'll pay an annual registration tax based on net weight for a Class A motorhome over 4,500 pounds, which is every diesel pusher on the market. That's $47.25 per year. Add processing fees, county fees, and the title transfer itself, and you're at roughly $350 in fees in year 1. Small number, but it's where the death by 1,000 cuts starts. And the reason it's on this list isn't the dollar amount. It's that most owners don't know it's coming until they're standing at the tax collector's office, coach already in their name, holding a bill they didn't budget for. Number 6, and this only applies if you bought a lot at a resort like Pelican Lake or Naples Motorcoach, property tax on the motorcoach lot itself. On a $675,000 lot in Collier County, which is where Naples and Marco Islands sit, you're looking at annual property tax assessments between $5,500 and $8,000. If you don't have Florida as your primary residence, and most first-year owners don't, because they're still snowbirds maintaining a northern home base, you're not getting the homestead exemption, which puts you at the higher end. Call it $7,500 annually. The brutal part, and this is what makes it hidden, most buyers see the purchase price and stop there. They don't realize that buying a motor coach lot is buying real estate. Real estate gets taxed annually, forever, until you sell it or establish Florida residency and qualify for the homestead exemption, which is a multi-year process most snowbirds aren't willing to commit to. Number 5, and this is where most first-year owners get genuinely surprised: RV insurance in Florida. National average for a Class A motorhome runs about $2,500 to $4,000 per year, but Florida adds roughly 35% on top because of hurricane risk and higher repair costs. And here's what makes this hidden. Most owners are coming from car insurance, where $2,000 is high. They don't realize that a Class A diesel pusher with a value of $300,000 to $700,000 is a completely different insurance category. We're talking about a luxury vehicle with the value of a house and the mobility of a car. That's not a typical insurance line item. That's a specialty product. If you're going full-time, meaning the coach is your primary residence, premiums jump another 20 to 40% on top of that, because the insurer treats it more like a home policy than a vehicle policy. So a luxury full-timer in Florida could be looking at $5,000 a year in coach insurance alone. The realistic year 1 number for most premium motor coach owners, $3,500. Quick note before we get to the bigger numbers: if this is the kind of motor coach analysis you came for, real costs, verified sources, no fluff, subscribe. I'm doing this kind of breakdown on every premium resort and ownership decision in the Class A market. Smart Luxe Travel, real numbers. Back to the countdown. Number 4, property owner association fees. This is the one that surprises first-year owners the most, and it's the one I want you to internalize the hardest. At Pelican Lake, which is the benchmark I keep coming back to because their numbers are publicly traceable, owner-reported HOA fees are $8,000 per year. $8,000 annually, every year, whether you use the lot for 10 months or 10 days. And it doesn't stop there. HOA fees at premium motor coach resorts typically climb 3 to 5% per year, in line with general resort cost inflation. So that $8,000 number you signed up for, it's $8,400 by year 2. It's $9,000 plus by year 3. It's $12,000 by year 10. Real money, real compounding. What makes this hidden, and I want to be honest about this because most online discussions of motor coach ownership skip it entirely, is that the HOA fee is what funds the entire reason you bought the lot in the first place. The clubhouse renovations, the pool maintenance, the security gate, the landscaping, the pickleball courts. Without the HOA fee, the resort wouldn't be the resort. So you can't really object to paying it. But you also can't pretend it isn't a major recurring carrying cost that's going to be in your budget for as long as you own the lot. Number 3, Florida sales tax on the coach purchase itself. And this is where the numbers get genuinely substantial. Florida charges 6% state sales tax on motor vehicle purchases. And yes, that includes your motor coach. On top of that, most counties charge a discretionary surtax, although Florida caps that surtax at the first $5,000 of the purchase price. So the practical math: state tax applies to the full purchase, county surtax applies to the first $5,000 only. What does this actually cost? On a typical premium Class A diesel pusher purchase, let's call it $350,000 after trade-in, you're paying $21,000 in state sales tax alone, plus the county surtax, which adds another $75 on the capped portion. Total Florida sales tax exposure, about $21,075 on a single purchase. But here's the part that makes this hidden. Most buyers, when they're looking at the sticker price, focus on the principal and the monthly payment. They don't think about the tax bill as a separate cost. But it's not a separate cost. It's part of the cost of acquiring the coach. And it's $21,000 that disappears the moment the title clears, never to be seen again. One note: if you trade in another vehicle, Florida deducts the trade-in value from the taxable amount, so you only pay tax on the difference. That's a real lever for reducing the sales tax exposure on your purchase. Worth knowing, worth structuring around. Pause here for a second, because we're at the halfway point. And the next 3 hidden costs are the ones that genuinely break first-year budgets. HOA fees and sales tax are big numbers, but they're survivable. The next 3 are where I've seen first-year owners genuinely panic, especially number 1. Number 2, financing costs. And before we go further, yes, some motor coach buyers are cash buyers, and this number is 0 for them. But most premium buyers, even at the 7-figure end of the market, finance the coach, tax efficiency, opportunity cost on capital, all of that. So this is a real number for most owners. Class A diesel pusher loan rates as of 2026 typically run between 7 and 10.5% for most borrowers, credit dependent. Best rates start around 6% for top-tier credit. The terms run long. 15 to 20 years is standard for high-value RV loans. Here's where it gets interesting. On a $350,000 coach with 20% down, financed over 15 years at 8%, which is roughly the middle of the realistic range, your first-year interest expense is roughly $21,000. Just in year 1, just in interest. Not principal, not insurance, not anything else. And over the full 15-year loan, you'll pay roughly $230,000 in total interest. On a $350,000 coach, your actual all-in cost is closer to $580,000. That's the difference between the sticker price and the lifetime cost. And most first-year owners genuinely don't compute it that way. What makes this hidden, and this is genuinely subtle, is that the monthly payment looks manageable. $2,700 a month on a 15-year term. That's a number most premium buyers can absorb. But the cumulative interest expense over the life of that loan is what changes the math of ownership versus renting. We covered that in detail in the ownership math video. Link in the description and pinned to the top of the comments. And here we are, number 1, the hidden cost that genuinely no first-year owner anticipates correctly. And it's the single biggest financial hit of year 1 of motor coach ownership. First-year depreciation. Industry data is consistent on this. A new Class A diesel pusher loses between 18 and 23% of its value in the first 12 months of ownership. That's not a typo. That's not worst-case scenario fear-mongering. That's the actual industry-tracked depreciation curve. Class A gas units depreciate faster, closer to 30% in year 1. Luxury diesel pushers retain value slightly better, But 18 to 20% is the realistic floor on a $350,000 coach, and again, this is the realistic mid-market premium price point. You're looking at a first-year value loss between $63,000 and $80,000. Conservative estimate, taking the floor of the diesel depreciation range. About $65,000 of value disappears in year one, most of it the moment you drive the coach off the lot. Now, and this is critical, first-year depreciation is a paper loss. You haven't actually lost money unless you sell. If you keep the coach for 10 years, the depreciation curve flattens dramatically after year 5. By year 10, you're losing only 5 to 7% annually. So depreciation only matters if your time horizon is short, which is exactly why I keep saying that motor coach ownership doesn't make sense unless you have a 10-year plus horizon. But for year 1 accounting, and this is the only way most buyers should think about year 1, that $65,000 is real exposure. It's the single biggest hit. It dwarfs everything else on this list combined. And it's the one nobody warns you about. Let me build the full picture. Add up everything we just walked through. And remember, these are realistic mid-market numbers, not worst-case scenario. Number 7, registration and titling, $350. Number 6, lot property tax, $7,500. Number 5, RV insurance, $3,500. Number 4, HOA fees, $8,000. Number 3, Florida sales tax on the purchase, $21,000. Number 2, first-year financing interest, $21,000. Number 1, depreciation, $65,000. Total first-year hidden cost exposure, about $126,000. But that's including the financing interest and the depreciation, which are large numbers that don't all come out of pocket the same way. The pure out-of-pocket cash bill in year 1, registration, taxes, insurance, POA, is roughly $40,000, plus the financing payments, which average another $32,000 a year on the loan I described. Now you know what the dealer didn't tell you. $40,000 in carrying costs you have to budget for in year 1, and another $65,000 in depreciation you have to mentally write off, even though it's not literally cash leaving your account. So how do you avoid the worst of it? 3 specific things. Strategy number 1, buy 2 to 4 years old. The single biggest move you can make. The steepest depreciation curve is years 1 and 2. If you buy a coach that's 2 to 4 years old, somebody else has already absorbed the first $65,000 hit. You're getting a coach that's basically new. Most premium Class A pushers have fewer than 15,000 miles on the chassis at year 3, at a 30 to 40% discount off original sticker. That's the single highest ROI buying decision in this entire market. Strategy number 2, confirm all costs before you sign. Before you sign the purchase contract, demand a written breakdown from the dealer of the all-in number, purchase price, sales tax, registration, dealer fees, financing setup fees. From the resort, get the POA fee schedule in writing along with the historical fee increase pattern. From your insurance agent, get a quote in writing with the specific deductibles and coverage limits, not a verbal estimate. If any of those numbers come in materially different from what they told you verbally, that's a deal you walk away from. Strategy number 3, pre-test the lifestyle. This is the one I'm going to keep saying until everyone in the motor coach buying market hears it. Before you commit to ownership, rent at premium resorts for at least 2 snowbird seasons. The Outdoorsy and RV Share links in the description are how I'd recommend doing it. Peer-to-peer rentals from actual motor coach owners, real coaches in real conditions, no dealer pressure. If after 2 seasons the lifestyle is genuinely what you want, ownership math starts to work. If you discover the lifestyle isn't for you, you've saved yourself a 6-figure mistake. Smart Luxe Travel runs every premium Class A buying decision through this kind of analysis. Real numbers, verified sources. None of the warm and fuzzy motor coach lifestyle content most of YouTube is selling. Just the math you actually need to make these decisions. Every claim is backed by data. The full citation document, every URL, every calculation, every assumption I made is on the Smart Luxe Travel Substack. The link is in the description. It's free. Subscribe over there for the deep methodology behind every video. plus analysis I can't publish on YouTube: pricing trends, resort comparisons, market dynamics. The serious motor coach research lives on Substack. And subscribe here on YouTube if you want more of the same analytical approach. Next video, I'm running the same kind of breakdown on a different angle that's catching first-year buyers off guard. Smart Luxe Travel, real numbers, real research. See you in the next one.